We talk about interest rates a lot. We talk about what's happening in the market. And at the end of the day, I think that there are just maybe a handful of things that we should discuss, maybe 4, 5, 6 things that people should really think about when considering buying a home right now. One, in this market, people are still moving, right? They have to move, they have to live somewhere. So your options are really one of two things. Either A, you're going to buy, or B, you're going to rent, right? Now, if you choose to rent, understand that it's 100% interest rate, right? And I know some agents may be making videos about that, but the point is true, is that you are paying all into that rental and you have nothing to show for it at the end of the day, versus buying, you're able to build some equity, right? And you have something at the time when you go to sell that house there. You're paying down your mortgage rather than paying down the landlord's mortgage. Trust me, right? You buy now, you're going to be happy in 4, 5, 6, 7 years, versus you rent now, the landlord is going to be happy in 4, 5, 6 years. And that's the biggest thing I want to convey to people who are out there considering whether to buy or rent is think more in the terms of the next 5, 6, 7, 8 years, not the next, 6 to 8, 10, 12 months, right? Think in a longer time period and you'll be able to make a more effective decision in the here and now. Secondly, waiting means that you're going to wait for more people to come on, right? I've heard people say, well, let me wait until the spring, right? And there's going to be maybe lower interest rates and prices may have fallen. Well, what you're also going to be waiting for is the masses to come back into the market at that point, right? Because everyone else who's waiting is going to be there. And when the masses hit the market, well, that means more competition. More competition means driving prices up, the exact opposite direction of what you're trying to do, right? So if you're already in the home and prices then begin to be driven up, you're going to have the advantage of already being in the home, not having to compete, and taking advantage of the equitable build that you've already been paying down and the equity from the house actually increasing in price. The third thing I want people to really think about and consider is that rates may seem high now, but you can always refi. Right? They always say date the rate, marry the house, right? What this means, right? Because it is good, and if not explained, maybe it seems a little bit like a broad statement, but what it means is simply, right, the interest rate, if you buy now and you pay 7% interest rate, if that interest rate goes up, right, we're gonna be happy that you bought now. However, if it goes down to 6 or 5.5, at whatever point you feel is a good number, you can always refi. However, that home, right, if you wait another 6 months or 12 months, more demand, well, now you're paying more for that house and you're still gonna have to pay with the higher interest rate there. So they say date the rate, marry the house. Find the right house, find the right fit, right? And if interest rates go down, you can always refi. If they continue to balloon up, well, you're gonna be thrilled that you're locked in at the position that you're at now. Another thing to consider is that also right now in the market, they say there's no seasonality. When you have a good, strong business, you're always selling. But the truth of the matter is we do see seasonality because there are less homes and less buyers on the market, especially in Q4, right? And in the first couple of months of Q1. So why is that interesting or important? Well, if you're a buyer, right now is a great opportunity to negotiate a great deal. Get your subsidy paid for, right? Get your closing costs paid for. Get your house negotiated at a better price, right? Get some things fixed up. There are a lot of things that buyers in the market right now can do because sellers are uber anxious. Days on market are creeping up, they're staying there longer, and so we need to be there to help our buyers position to get a good buy, right? While the masses are fleeing the market, right? Be that person that thinks with their head and uses the data and says, wow, I can really negotiate an opportunity right now. So I really hope buyers are thinking about that. Another thing I was thinking about was that you need to buy when everyone else is flinching. And this is kind of what I was mentioning, right? When everyone's exiting the market, right? When people are scared, they're not sure what's going to happen, right? That is an opportunity for people to buy, because if you think about some of the downturns that happened in the mid-90s, 2001, 2009, those people that purchased, they purchased not only at lower prices, but they purchased, I believe, with lower interest rates, and the appreciation that they enjoyed over the next 3 years was better than anyone else who had bought a house during those 3-year period there. So buying in an economic downturn is a great opportunity for you as a buyer. At the end of the day, rates may be up, right? And rent may be up, right? Because it's 100%. But what I do know is that while rents and rates are rising, rents will continue to rise. At some point, rates are going to go back down. This is just a surge that is happening, right? But when the surge is over, you can refi. Those rents, they're going to continue to rise at, 2, 3, 4% rates as they continue to always do. So that's just a big bunch of data there that I think buyers should really be considering, whether to either wait for the spring or next year or get into the market now. I'm a big advocate of saying, buy now, you're gonna get a better deal. You're gonna be able to negotiate a lot more in the market.